This is Jessica, and we're live. I am live here on February the 4th. Oh, anyway, February, Wednesday, February the 12th, 2020. This is my time, and this is my jail again. And I have a phone call, and I just had a phone call by my friend, Chris Ford. He told me at 2:10 today that Chris Ford's mother is dying with lung cancer. And And I don't know that Chris, my best friend Chris, is gonna go through this. I don't know if he's gonna go through it. I mean, I came home from work about 10:07. My niece at home, and my mom is in here, and I have my little nephew. And I just called. I have a phone call about 2:10. At 2:10, I just received a phone call. Chris Ford. I pick up the phone, and Chris Ford. He told me that his mom is dying with lung cancer. Yes, I know. I talk about on. I just had say on the video. I just post on the video, and me and Chris we did pray for him. That was the 25. We talked about for 25 minutes. And I was like, man. And Chris Ford is extremely upset. He's hurt. He's in pain. He can't take it anymore. That's why he couldn't take it anymore. And that's why his mom had loved his mother so much. Even though I do have a mother, right? And she has cancer before I was born back in 1984. That was like 17 years. I like 17. That was like 37 years ago. Really? Yeah, but now my mom did not have cancer. Thank God. Well, I never see my friend crying. We pray. Chris prayed for us, and he prayed and cried out to God. And after he started saying amen, I started praying. So I think it's going to be a tough time for his friend, what he's going through. So everyone, please pray for my friend Chris Ford and his mom and his stepdad. His mom had lung cancer before she passed away. It's going to be a tough time for him and his stepdad. I'm very sad, and sometimes his dad may be getting so emotional. Or sometimes my friend Chris Ford gets so emotional. Sometimes gets extremely emotional. I think maybe one day we'll be making a movie and part of that. Sometime. I think we should be making the Jessica show. Maybe one Sunday probably. So, okay, we're gonna go to this, and we're gonna go for the discuss we did. I mean, I don't know. It's just one, and we know I never seen, but I never say that some people and some women die of lung cancer, breast cancer, or something. October is cancer awareness. Every October, you say, and I don't know the but. it's not the end of the world for him. No, not after that, for sure. But yeah, it is what it is, and sometimes it will go away easy. People lights going. People lives are going on. People have to be strong. They don't want to get through it. Sometimes it's okay, but they don't want. And some people say, well, sometimes they get bail. Sometimes people can get bail. Sometimes when they're in the hospital, where they come home. And now we have, and now we have to live for it for good. We have to live with all the lies that we say. But this breaking news of lies is saying that Chris Smart will live forever in heaven for sure. So it's it's hard for me to say it like it is. Now we're gonna go to the to the celebrity for this thing over and over again, and they talk about Boeing Sandals. Boeing Sandals. Um, we're gonna go through there, and you gotta check it out right here. And now, Bernie Sanders is a Democrat, and look like there was a bad thing. There's some people that going up and out of now. Here's the news. Senator Bernie Sanders is arguably the fourth winner for the Democrat nomination following his New Hampshire victory. So it may be surprising that the liberal MSNBC is getting criticized for its egregious coverage of the Democrat socialists from Vermont. Some critics fear progressing MSNBC host and pundits perform profile and a mob of Democrat and provide a laundry list of extremists for the primary race today. MSNBC host Chris Matthews recently banned former Mayor Pete Donner for not waiting to offer Sanders supporters, and MSNBC author Chuck Todd was accused of losing journalists slanted a hand to assault Sanders supporters. The same group he called part of the Danger Brown Short banners during a separate statement. Last week, Matthews declared Bernie Sanders is not going to be president of the United States, and MSNBC host Joe Reed has said it will be true if President Trump loses against attack ads against Sanders that focus on him posing a fairly conservative one that he wouldn't have a chance in Florida during the general election as a result. There are just some people who, for whatever reason, whether they are right or wrong, are just not going to vote for a socialist period. We told videos on Sunday. MSNBC author Johnson & Johnson even appealed to Oakland not to help influence Democrat voters at this time around after nothing the mirror and DNC pushing Hillary Clinton over Sanders in 2016, but a vote on Tuesday told MSNBC Mobley that she specifies voters for Sanders because of the unfair treatment he has received on the network. The New Hampshire Democrats are the only people to not know the platform. So I think Bernie Sanders is going to do a better job. I think he's doing a better job, but he has a lot of work to do. Now, this, of course, isn't a surprise considering executives for the parent company contest, which is poured in hundreds of millions of dollars to kill Nazareth, hosting Joe Biden's first fundraiser, costing Tom Fox News. For the network bringing on guests to the Bernie Sanders as an entire woman. Treasurer do Bernie Sanders as an entire woman to Miller Ulster's Chris Matthews, offering cutting-edge areas on the Bernie Sanders presidency and potential, leading to a such in a sense of part. MSNBC Evolution for a Network once Evolution in Progress forces like Ed Schwartz and Phil Donahue to the right wing super PAC for the corporated wing of the Democrat Party has never been clear. Clinton yet. So, do you think Bernie Sanders gonna run as president of the United States? You be the guess. You be the guess for sure. Just saying. The U.S. election is on November. Is in November, and on November the third. But but if but anyway, Trump may be. I think Trump may be elected in 2020. He may be re-elected in 2020. I don't know. But since Barack Obama had been elected and won the company and won the White House in 8 years, he won the White House in 8 years, and then going on to that. From Bush to 2000 to 2008 to Barack Obama to 2008 to 2016. Now we've been guessing. I'm not sure, but we have to wait and see who was going to be. And Bernie Sanders said, "Yeah, that's awesome. That is so awesome." CNN, the politics with CNN, says during the second night of Democrat primary debate of the 2020 presidential election, Senator Bernie Sanders, says that the middle class will pay more taxes, but will save more through universal health care and free college under the Sanders administration, sources NBC. And that's what Bernie Sanders will do, and this could be doing, and he should be doing it. Bernie Sanders will like it. It's a great money when it happens. And Bernie Sanders may be the president. Could be crazy Bernie Sanders. Man, I like that man. Now, for all we know, yes, um, we'll talk about Justice Smollett. Yes, no, the guy who doing yes, Justice Smollett, the guy who doing the empire. Well, guess what? Guess what? On yesterday. Guess what happened yesterday? What has happened to Justice Smollett? Well, here's what happened. And here it is first. I gotta say, over a year after claiming he was attacked on the cold streets of Chicago, Justice Smollett on Tuesday was indicated by a special prosecutor in a case that the former Empire star probably was behind him. The move by special prosecutors then will find Smollett back in court in the waiting shed on February 24 to face new criminal charges and potential jail time over the incident on the widely covered January the 29th, 2019 incident, with time being behind bars again and possibility. Smollett was indicated today on 6 counts of disorderly conduct by Cook County grand jury over falsely reported assault. Further, prosecutor of Justice Smollett is an interesting of justice. West said in a statement Tuesday as news of the incident leaking out of the country clerk's office. Pointing out back in August, former U.S. authority was tasked by peeling back what internet charges against Smollett, who playing Jamal Lonnie on the Fox drama series, will certainly drop and still last spring, with a little apparent consequences by the Office of Court County State's Authority Count Fox. The Illinois prosecutor had rescued herself for the case early on and has been much criticized over the mail by the Chicago Police Department and others in backlash took hold. Representatives for Smollett did not reply to requests for comments from deadline on the candidate today. However, the two brothers who were seen as personal interest during the first days of the poll in the attack were critical to get a statement out via their lawyer. And we're going to skip that one. With the controversy surrounding the attack and aftermath, Smollett was erased from the final episode of Empire's promoted season last year. The return of the Fox hip-hop drama for its sixth and final season last fall was Smollett slammed the fundamental rating out of the show, despite repeating appeals for his in a statement by Terrence Howard, Television P. Henson, and others leading cast members. Rad Smollett is set in the art photo in the background. Empire is back on March 3rd for the start of its final episodes. And that's all I have to say. And look, Joseph Corey here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Same time. I'll see you at 5. You know what I mean? If I'm not there, see you out. Bye bye.